Hello, and welcome to my Minecraft journey. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to create a legacy world, a world I can pass on to my children, my grandchildren, and hopefully my great grandchildren. This world is going to be created with them in mind. A fun world to leave behind, a place filled with my creativity, my adventures, and my love. One day, when I'm no longer here, hopefully not anytime soon, they'll wander through it and discover little pieces of me tucked in every corner, every build, every story. Might sound a little bit unusual, but imagining them wandering through the world and seeing all the weird and creative things I've made for them makes me feel a little better, gives me comfort. Now, they could explore some of my other worlds, like my Save the Village world, where I spawn into an abandoned village and try to save the zombie villagers before they burn up in the sun. Oh, they're dying. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Is there any other ones in here? Oh no. Oh no. Don't die. Oh no. I did save the village, by the way. Or my forever world, which I call Home Sweet Home. With all my automated farms, sorting systems, and sweet villager trades. Or my Skyblock world. Or my One Block world. Or my hardcore world that I'm kind of afraid to play too often for fear of dying. You get the point. This world, this one is going to be different. This one is special. This one is for them. So join me in this journey as I craft a legacy in Minecraft. Because this world's for you. Here we are, going to create our legacy world. I am so excited. Our game mode is going to be creative, so we have access to all the blocks we need. We will put a difficulty on here only because I would like to see some hostile mobs in there, and maybe we have some areas for a hostile mob. I do want to leave the commands on so that we can switch back and forth game modes and set our spawn point. I picked a wonderful seed, so beautiful. Let's get started. Here we go, so exciting. Okay, look at this. All right. Well, I always like to just kind of mark the original spawn point here. So let's do that. We'll put a nice tall pillar here, just so when we look around, we know where our original spawn point is. Because gosh, it's pretty beautiful already. Maybe we just want to stay with this spawn point. Okay, let's look around a little bit. Wow. Look at that village on a cliff and the mountains, so beautiful. All right, let's wait for this to start rendering in a little bit. Another village over there. This is just beautiful. This would be a wonderful survival seed. Very cool. Some dark oak over there with some pale oak. wonderful. This has a bunch of really cool things. Oh, look at that. All right, wonderful. We'll get some of this to render in. And then I think what we'll do is we'll take a look at the map and see what we have in this world that will help us create the best legacy world ever. Put in our seed. We're working with this version, and we really just want to take a look at the overworld at the moment, see where everything's at. I do want to try to incorporate an ancient city. Also, I would like to incorporate a stronghold. We have lots of villages right around this spawn point here. Let's see if we can't get a bit closer. Is this? Ooh, oh my goodness, okay. We don't need all that. This is probably that cherry mountain we were looking at earlier. Are there any more of those cherry mountains? Let's see. There's a little bit over here. Okay, not too bad. We've got a lot of things right around us. We have that cherry grove. A lot of villages. We've got a nice little ocean over here with some warm ocean. Very nice. All right. Some badlands. And we did see dark forest. Okay. This is great. Lots to work with. Okay, we're gonna just make a little wall right here. And this is so we can write down all of our ideas, all the things we might want to see in this world. Now, sometimes when you're planning something for someone, or when it's just something special, we really want to make sure that we kind of try to plan it out. But sometimes, especially with me, what ends up happening is I get maybe a choice paralysis, an anxiety from too many decisions. And then what happens is I don't make a decision, or I give up, or it takes me a long time to get started. So what we want to do here is just one step at a time. We'll start with just writing down all of our ideas, and maybe some we do, maybe some we don't do in the end, but at least we started. And I've written down a couple of ideas here. These are the special people in my life, not all of them, just a few that we'll focus on in the beginning. And then we'll just add to this as we go. These are a couple of ideas I had, just so we have something to focus on and it doesn't get too overwhelming. The grandchild, all my grandkids, my daughter, my son, these are the things that they like: trains and dinos, animals, dressing up at castles. My youngest grandchild, she really likes miraculous ladybugs, so I figured we'd put some ladybugs in there. daughter. I think a Gothic ancient city would do really nice for her, and then a zombie maze in the stronghold for my son. We're going to build all of this right around a minecart system that will go in every direction. I would like these to go through the portals to different dimensions, kind of like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, if anyone remembers. The trolley would go off into the fairy tale land, and you'd see castles and kings and queens and all kinds of wonderful things. So let's get started with, first off, picking our spawn point. Might be a good idea to just look around for a moment. After looking around some, I think this mountain right here next to where we spawned in is going to be a good starting point for us. We can go out in every direction and wind in and out of the mountains into the ancient city and off into the stronghold, other dimensions. It's going to be a big project, but it's very special. So let's get started here. I would like to take away all these trees and flatten some of this out just a little bit. So let's get started. I've got this area nice and cleared up. We flattened out some of these mountains and took away all the trees. Now we're just going to think about what to do next. It looks like a really good place for maybe a train depot. So they would spawn in to an area here, a building probably, and we'll create lots of little cool things inside the building for them to take a look at. And then probably out this way they'll come. They'll see some statues on these little platforms here, and then they can pick which minecart and which way they would like to go from there. So now I'm just going to work on a design for a nice big building for this area. I'm going to start with some simple layouts. Somewhere we can start from. I don't use World Edit or Axiom. Those would make this very helpful, I'm sure. I would really like to learn, so that may be something I end up doing. We'll see. Let's see. I kind of wanted a tower right here. Would be nice for it to be circle all the way up. But what I may do is build a foundation here and then make a circle, make a little tower on the roof. Not a great builder, but I try. Okay, we definitely want the door to be 3 blocks wide. We want to offset it just a little bit with an inner wall, just to give it a little bit of depth. We'll have an inner wall here, so it is going to take up some space. I think we have plenty of space to work with. Well, it's getting nighttime. I do like the daylight cycle to be on, only because I like to see what some of these builds are going to look like in the dark. So we'll light some of this up just so we can see it right now. And we'll remove these later. All right, let's see. Okay. Maybe now is where we try to make a nice tower on top. This is going to be a bit difficult because I didn't make this easy on myself. Let's see. We'll change wool color for this, just so it doesn't blend in too much. got a little bit of an idea here. Let's try and make a tower on the top of this. It's going to be a very small tower. This is great. And as I was building this, what it reminded me of is a place that I used to take my children to called Casa Bonita in Colorado, with the pink tower and the boxy underbottom. So we may just roll with that a little bit. We'll see what happens when our final palette, when we kind of choose our final palette. But right now we're going to mark this. Great. I was just thinking of maybe I'd like to work with the terrain, but we could put a little overhang over here. Possibly. Or just another piece of the building, another room there. And we may use this, that might be good. Use this terrain here so that we can go up. So we'll step up and a little winding staircase to go up to this area. I'm sure we can do a better job once we have some stairs and things. But this just gives me an idea of what we want right here. Okay, how is that looking? I like it. The idea's coming along. other thing we want to build is the fountain outside, right in front. Let's make a little outline for that. We'll do something with this terrain in a little bit, but I'd like to, we'll make it out this way. So you've got lots of room to take a look here. Okay, good idea. It's a bit off center, but that's okay. We're just getting ideas down now. Yes, I think we have it. A good start. The ideas are just flowing. Got a nice black palette, all picked out. And we can get started on our build. For now, I think that's going to be it in this episode. Thank you so much for coming with me on my journey to create a legacy in Minecraft. Have a good day.